cousins, kinfolk, what's good? It's your girl, the real John Dillard's granddaughter, and I'm back with another episode for the channel. You guys, if you can't tell, let me let you guys see. I am moving. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn those post notifications on so that you can be on time for every single cousin walk and every single cousin sit down session. So let's hop right into this video. I'm continuing the How to Become a Travel CNA series. I'm actually in North Carolina right now. I'm in the process of relocating the rest of my stuff from Virginia to Atlanta. I always say that the best time to make content is when you're going through something, or I'll try to make it parallel to Travel CNA. So this morning I left my hotel in Virginia. I was living in Virginia for about the past, I can't even really say a year, because I went on the road from February and I really never came back from that. So I lived in Virginia for the third, final, and last time. Highly ghetto, would not recommend, absolutely hate it. Three fingers pick one to the Commonwealth. I don't like them. They don't like me. I had physically relocated to Atlanta already, but most of my stuff was still in Virginia. So I had just went up there to go get my stuff in my car, because my car was up there. And if you don't know, I'm telling you, it is extremely difficult to get around Atlanta without a car. So if you're considering taking, or Georgia period, really, anywhere in the South, once you leave Maryland, you need a car. Sorry y'all, I just highly recommend that you get a car. And with that being said, let's hop into today's topic. So when you're a travel CNA or travel medical professional, obviously the word travel implies that you will be doing some sort of traveling. So you'll either be using your own personal car. You might have been lucky enough to score one of those contracts that includes a rental car or includes a transportation package, or you might have to figure out transportation on your own. I want to talk to the people who are going to be taking their own vehicles. The first and foremost thing that you have to do if you're taking your own vehicle, please make sure that your car is up to par and ready to be on the road. I don't care if you just bought it last month. Take it to your mechanic. Make sure your levels are all topped up and full, from your oil to your coolant, antifreeze, all of that good stuff, because what you don't want to happen is what happened to me today. I've owned my car for 14 months. I've only been driving my car, or drove my car, 8 of those 14 months because I was on the road. So that's something that you have to really consider if you are traveling and you have an older car. Like I drive a 2006. It's 2021, so my car is pretty old. For me, my car gives me trouble pretty often because it is an older car and it belonged to an older couple before I purchased it. So the driving that I do, the wear and tear I put on Merc, she is not used to that. You feel me? Especially since she's been sitting for 8 months. So make sure that if you're going to be leaving your car at a friend's house or a family member's house, or even if you're going to park it at the airport, you have to be prepared for the aftermath that your car is not going to love you when you get back. I know I miss my baby every single time I'm away from her. I'm not a single woman, but I don't have any children. Neither does my significant other. So our cars are our kids, you feel me? Like, these are our babies. Like children, when parents are away and don't tend to them, my car gives me trouble and she makes me pay for it. So be prepared for the aftermath of traveling, that your car is not going to love you back. Your car is going to need some type of work done to it, either before you leave or after, like when you come back. So be prepared for the expense of your car needing maintenance. If you're one of those people that are going to be taking their car on the road, I highly recommend that you get your car maintenance right before you go on the road. Like literally, I would say maybe about 14 days in advance, I would get my car maintenance, make sure it's ready to go on the road. And depending on what type of assignment you have, if you're doing a local assignment, I would definitely practice my commute a couple of times to make sure that my car is up to par and up to standard to be able to handle that type of commute. I know that one time I had an assignment that was about 45 minutes away from my house. I had literally just gotten to that state, so I really didn't have time to do a test run. It was a 45-minute commute, so I think I did like a 20-minute drive up, halfway and back, just so that way I was kind of familiar with it. I highly recommend that, number one, you don't, or number two, my second tip is that you do not wait until the last minute, if you can help it, to get familiar with where your assignment is. In addition to the fact that you want to know where all the good food spots are if you work 7A to 7P or 7 to 3 or even overnight. If you're a coffee drinker, you might want to know where the closest Starbucks is, or no free promo, or wherever the nearest coffee bistro is. You might want to know where that is, especially if you're like me and you're more acclimated to a city environment and you're going to be traveling to a more rural environment. You might want to get familiar with what the town has, maybe 2 to 3 days in advance, just so that way you're not rushing first thing in the morning trying to hurry up and scramble and find some coffee. I also recommend that you do a commute run that way a couple days in advance. If you're working 7A to 7P, you can figure out what time of the day you need to leave. I mean, most people who work day shift, their bodies are acclimated to waking up at that time of day anyway. Just get up like you would be going to work or going to your assignment, do the test run, make sure you know where you're going. You might even find a shortcut and acclimate yourself with the area. 3, for my melanated people, when we are in more rural environments or areas that we are more susceptible to racism, I highly recommend getting familiar with the area. That way store owners, police, sheriffs, people can get used to seeing your face, so that way if your face is not seen, it raises suspicion. And it's very unfortunate that we have to talk about things like that, but this is what we deal with in 2021, and I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't speak on that and give warning to my fellow melanated people. I'm in Asheboro, North Carolina. If you want to know more about this trip, I highly suggest that you subscribe to my channel and watch any of my vlogs. watch anything from my channel. I guarantee you'll be hooked and you'll want to know more about what's going on in my life. Like, the cousin walks get lit. I'm actually having a cousin sit down, like a literal cousin sit down session in the car right now because I'm at the hotel. But if you want to know more about this trip, like I said, please subscribe, like, comment, and turn on those post notifications so you can be up to date with what the heck is going on, for what's going on the real TV. You heard what I'm saying? Actually a list, and I'm going to find the list and I'll probably put it on my next episode. There's a list of places that are like absolute black people should not go, people of melanation should not go, and I'll put that in some more safety travel tips or something like that. If you guys want to see the list, comment down below and I'll put it up there. Yeah, I just highly recommend getting to your assignment a couple of days early, or as early as possible, so you can acclimate yourself with the area and the area can acclimate itself with you. You might want to find alternate routes to work, and you want to be able to know where the food is. Well, for me, I'm a foodie. I want to know where the food is. I want to know where Walmart is, maybe the local library. For those of us who are 9-to-5ers and entrepreneurs, you might want to know where a Wi-Fi cafe is, and vice versa. If you're more acclimated to a rural area and you're traveling to a more suburban or city population, I recommend you getting there early, so that way you can now adjust yourself to an environment that you've never been in before. I have a few friends down in South Carolina. Their first travel assignment to New York was a complete and total culture shock to them. They were not ready at all. Like, it's just a different pace, public transportation, people are not as friendly. It was a complete and total culture shock to them, and they were calling me like, is this supposed to be happening? Why aren't the people talking back to us? Like, girl, you just need to, don't keep your head down too low, but just mind your business, stay focused on where you're going, just stay in your lane, and you should be good. Be aware of your surroundings, and you should be good. But yeah, I definitely recommend getting acclimated to your surroundings. I highly recommend that. Hey cousins, hey kin folks. I'm coming to you guys today to talk to you about this really cool and great amazing app that I've just downloaded on my phone. It's called Cares, but it's spelled with an X. It's an app for people just like us, only like us. And when I say us, I mean us CNAs, us travel CNAs, us local CNAs. If you have certified nursing assistant in your credentials, this app is for you. You want to be a part of the CNA Facebook, but better because it's only for us. Like no LPNs, no RNs. You still got your recruiters. I mean, of course, that's how we make our bag. That's how we secure our bag. Download the app. Join me on Cares. Me and thousands of others. We're networking. We're linking up. We're making money, and we are securing that bag. Can I get a future millionaires down in the comments below? Please download the app. It's spelled XARES. Cares, but with an X. Hope to see you on there soon.